What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Sparks Pop video. Today I am going to talk to you about the 300 things Steve Harvey list and why you need to start planning to do it now for your 2025. Okay, let me just tell y'all, 2023 May I moved to the DMV and it was a lot. Okay, like moving from Texas, I was only in Texas for 8 months. Prior to that I was in New York, so it was like I really wasn't anywhere for a long period of time, and for a long periodically time. And I knew, I was like, I really want to get to DMV. Like, that's where I know I want to, like, you know, settle longer than Texas or anywhere else across the US. And so I ended up moving, and you know, then I turned 25. It's like all these things happening. You know, I'm in this job that like I knew I liked, but I didn't know if I actually liked it. You know, like I feel like it was a step for me to be able to get out here. I was like, okay, like I like this enough. And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but like sometimes when you have steps in life, everyone isn't going to be like what you want it to be, you know? Like sometimes you have to walk on faith and know like, okay, God might be putting me in this arena for whatever reason, you know? And I just have to be willing to show up and fight, like regardless of anything else. But we're not gonna preach today. But anyways, so you know, I had a lot to reflect on. Like I just moved to a new city. It was just a lot. New job, like living by myself again because I was back at home when I was in Houston. So, you know, there were a lot of changes, and like being out here was very expensive, not gonna lie. Like I was not in a good place financially in December of last year. Like it was bad, and I actually can sit here and say that I'm like, reflecting on this makes me so happy because it's like I trusted God throughout the process, and even my energy back then, it's like I knew it was gonna get better, you know? Like I was like I don't know what I have to do, but we're about to create this plan, and obviously we've been able to execute, which we'll get into. But yeah, like you just sometimes you have to feel that way. And I hate to say, I don't want to say that was rock bottom for me because it's like I literally had just moved, you know, things take time, but I definitely feel like I wasn't in a place where I wanted to be. You know, I wasn't comfortable. I definitely didn't like how I felt, so something had to change. So in December of 2023, I decided to do the 300 by Steve Harvey. Basically, you just write down 300 things of what you want. They can be tangible, they can be you traveling, they can be you want to be more forgiving, you want to be more loving, you want to have a better credit score, you want to brush your teeth and floss 3 times a day. Like it could be any and everything you can think of. And don't get me wrong, like it's 300 things. That's why I'm telling you to start this now, because if you wait until December 31st to think about 300 things to write down, you're gonna be on January 2nd at 2:35. You're not gonna have 300 things. Like it is a lot. I feel like initially in our mind we know, oh yeah, I want da-da-da. You might be able to get to like 50, but 300 is a lot. And I really challenge you to think outside of anything that you could ever imagine. Like put anything down on this paper. Like I have on here, I want to go snorkeling. I want to go to Netherlands and see Nia before she graduates. So that's actually like a time frame thing. I want to drive a Porsche. I want to be on a boat to Chicago this summer. I want a better relationship with my mom. I want to eat at Carbone. I want to go to New York by train. I want to go fishing. I want to go to Alaska. I said, I want another kind of freelance job. I want to have more gratitude for life. Like, these are just some of the things I wrote down. Let's go to some other ones. I want to ride an ASC McLaren. I want to go to Dubai. I want a 3-car garage. I want to fall in love with myself more. I want a backyard with a fire pit. I want to try more hairstyles. I want to enjoy life. I want to be more grateful. I want to focus on my own happiness. I want to stretch before and after every workout. I want to slow down and think. I want to slow down and be patient. Like, you could write anything, but you need to put 300 things down. And like I made sure that I diversified what I was putting down, because it's like when you go back and reflect and read on this, something might resonate with you over you just having like material things on here. If you sit down here and write you want 300 material things, then that's also a bigger problem, because there's so much more to life than material things. You know, there's so much more to life than life itself, but we're not gonna get to, what's the word, existential. We're not gonna go there. But you know, and I don't look at it every day, and I feel like in the beginning I did, but it's also nice to like take a break from it, you know. And I've had this since January of 2024, so the fact that I still have all 300 is crazy. Like I'm so happy. Yeah, so I would definitely say in doing this, if we had 3 points that you were to remember and recall from this video, number 1 is this list can be any and everything for you. Have a wild mindset. Not even a wild mindset, but like just let your imagination go. Like any and everything that you could think of it doesn't even have to happen in the year. It's just 300 things that you want to happen in this lifetime, and put it down, because you could really shock yourself, because a lot of times, sometimes God might have us on a 5-year plan for something that we want in 10 years, or God might have us on a plan that we want something in 6 months, and he said, I'm gonna give it to you in 2 weeks. Like, you just never know. But write it down and just be accountable for yourself, because it's like, when you reflect on that too, and that'll be my number 2 point, read this often. I always keep it somewhere where I can see it. So this is like right by my bed in my nightstand. I'll put it right here, or I used to have it in my bathroom. Sometimes I move it around, so it's like, I'll notice it more every now and then. Like, reflect on your birthday. That was something that I did when I went to Brazil. Like, on my actual birthday, I sat and I was just like looking at all this, because I didn't know what my birthday was gonna look like in this year, for me turning 26. And like, 25 was supposed to be big for me, right? Like, that's the big year for everyone, and it didn't like pan out like that. But I was in just an even better mindset than I could have ever imagined. Not even just from this list, but, just being accountable, I guess, for like myself and like the things that truly matter, and I guess my frontal lobe didn't really develop until 26. 25, they say, but your brain never stops developing. Can we just put that out there? Anyways. But yeah, so first thing, y'all remember? Y'all don't remember. Come on now. Do I remember? It's like, first thing is to have a wild imagination, write any and everything. Second thing is to look at it all the time. And third thing is to consult God on this list. Like, pray over this list. Because, I had a lot of spiritual things in here that I, want to grow my relationship with God, or just, to being around more believers, or, being more intentional with my time. Whatever it is, it's like, pray over this list, because, everything on this list probably is not aligned with what God wants for you. And like, I went back to the whole timing thing. But, he's never going to take away anything and give you less. So, I might not be able to go snorkeling, but God said, hey, you're going to be able to go hang gliding. Like, that's just a comparison, but it's like, you never know. So keep an open heart, keep an open mind. And this was our video about Steve Harvey's 300 list for 2024 going into 2025. And, I think that I'm going to be home for New Year's, so maybe we can have a date and we'll do a vision board, and we'll, just do some things together. So remember, you're never really alone when you have YouTube. Be the spark. I love you.